Welcome, everyone. In this video, we're taking you inside 25 real workplace accidents, each one a hard-earned lesson about safety. Don't just watch, pay attention, learn from these mistakes, and remember, safety is never optional. Every accident you're about to see carries a warning. Look closely, take note, and put these lessons into practice. Even one moment of carelessness can cost a life. On a construction site, a single misstep turns into a nightmare. A worker drifts too close to the excavator's bucket, standing right in its blind spot. As the operator begins digging, his view is blocked. He doesn't realize someone is directly in front of him. In seconds, the worker is scooped up with the soil. When the bucket rises, a hand suddenly appears from the dirt. Miraculously, he's pulled out in time. This is why you must always keep distance from heavy equipment, and why operators must double-check their surroundings before every move. Clear communication between workers and machine operators isn't optional. It's the barrier between a normal day and a disaster. Don't assume, signal, confirm. Two workers stand chatting near a moving roller machine. One attempts to step over the rotating shaft, but his clothes get caught and he's yanked in almost instantly. Never cross or step over moving shafts or rollers. Loose clothing can turn deadly in seconds. Shut down machines before passing or performing any task nearby. A truck is reversing while a worker attempts to guide it from behind, standing dangerously close to a shop doorway. The truck doesn't stop in time, pinning him against the wall. Never guide a reversing vehicle by standing directly behind it. Keep your distance, use clear hand signals, and stay outside the danger zone. A worker is on a ladder receiving a sheet of metal from below. Suddenly, another climbs onto the same ladder. The added weight shifts the balance, and in a heartbeat, both men crash to the ground. Co-workers rush in and manage to prevent serious injuries. The lesson: always secure ladders on firm, level ground and never overload them. A few seconds of caution beats a lifetime of regret. A forklift unknowingly props up a heavy shed with its forks. As the operator slightly reverses, the shed loses balance and starts to fall. One worker instinctively tries to hold it up with his bare hands, but the load is far too heavy. The shed crashes down on him. Never try to stop a falling heavy load yourself. Step back, stay out of the danger zone, and always use proper supports to stabilize structures. A worker lifts another bag after stacking one onto a vehicle, unaware that this bag contains explosive material. Suddenly, it detonates. Miraculously, he escapes unhurt. Always inspect and label hazardous materials. Never handle unknown or suspicious loads carelessly. Workers use a ladder to fix an overhead power line. One passes a rod down, its hook snags a live wire. As it's pulled, the wire touches the ladder, shocking all three workers. Always maintain distance from live wires and use insulated tools when working near electricity. While workers try to cross beneath a suspended load being moved by cables, suddenly the machine goes out of control and crashes down. Both narrowly escape. Never walk or stand under suspended loads. They can fall without warning. Always wait for the lifting operation to end before crossing. Unloading heavy loads is never risk-free. As a truck trailer is lifted, the entire truck starts to rise. A worker behind narrowly escapes. Always stay alert during loading and unloading. A minor imbalance can lead to a major accident. Whenever you move a heavy load, even a slight imbalance can turn it into a deadly projectile. Caution isn't optional, it's survival. A worker pours a chemical sack into a running mixing machine. The rotating roller grabs his loose clothing, pulling him in. Never add or adjust material while a machine is running. Always shut it off completely before any task. A forklift operator leaves the vehicle without engaging the brake. Moments later, the unattended forklift rolls off on its own, crashing onto the road. Always apply the parking brake before stepping away. Never leave heavy machinery running or unstable. A worker stands too close to a spinning cutter blade. Without warning, the blade loosens and strikes him with force. Incidents like this prove why you must never linger near moving blades or rollers. Stay alert and keep your distance. Machinery can fail without warning. While unloading gas cylinders, a worker drops one, snapping its nozzle. Gas escapes at high speed, creating a deadly risk. Fortunately, it doesn't ignite. Always handle cylinders with extreme care. Never drop or drag them. One mishandled moment can mean disaster. Two workers carry a heavy metal sheet along a cluttered pathway. One worker's foot gets stuck, sending him tumbling. The sheet lands hard on his legs. Always clear pathways before moving heavy loads. Steady movement and teamwork prevent injuries. A worker is pulling a machine, but finds another blocking his path. He gives it a push, and in an instant the machine topples from an upper level to the floor below, where two workers are stationed. One is struck on the shoulder, but survives. Never move heavy equipment carelessly near edges or platforms. Always ensure the area below is clear before shifting a load. Taking shortcuts on a moving conveyor belt is like playing with fire. A worker tries to cross one while it's running, but his foot slips into the gap between belts. In moments, the machine begins to drag him in. Conveyor belts are built for materials, not people. Always use designated walkways or crossing points. One reckless step can change everything. A gas cylinder falls to the ground, its nozzle snapping open. Gas floods the room. Moments later, a man and woman enter to close it, but before they can react, the leaking gas ignites from a nearby kitchen flame, engulfing the room in fire. By sheer luck, both escape. Always secure gas cylinders, ventilate the area, and never use open flames near a suspected leak. A car suddenly reversed and crashed into the gas pump, causing a fire to break out at the station. Fortunately, the gas station employees quickly grabbed fire extinguishers and managed to put out the flames before the situation got worse. This incident is a reminder that drivers must always stay alert and control their vehicles carefully at gas stations, and that fire safety training is essential for all staff to prevent disasters. In a powerhouse, a worker performs maintenance while another, distracted by his phone, accidentally energizes the circuit. A deadly surge threatens the maintenance worker. Always use lockout-tagout procedures before working on electrical systems. Avoid distractions like mobile phones around high-risk equipment. A massive steel coil rolls off an elevated surface, picking up speed like a runaway train. A worker makes a fatal mistake, stepping in front of it, trying to stop it with his hands. But no human can stop such weight. The coil slams into him and it rolls over. Never confront a moving heavy object manually. Create barriers, use tools, or stay back. Human strength cannot defeat industrial force. A worker stands in a truck's bucket after finishing his task. As the operator lowers the bucket, he fails to notice an overhead power line. The bucket makes contact, sending an electric shock through the worker. 1 second of carelessness turns deadly. Always scan for power lines before moving or lowering a bucket truck. The operator must stay alert and clear the path every time. A worker uses a manual grinder with his back to a fan. Suddenly the wind inflates his apron, pulling it into the grinder. The straps wrap around his neck, causing suffocation. Always secure loose clothing and avoid strong airflow near machines. Two workers walk carelessly on a moving conveyor belt. As they cross the transfer point, the narrow gap between two belts, one worker's foot gets trapped and pulled into the rollers. Luckily, quick-thinking co-workers shut down the system just in time. Never walk or stand on conveyors. Transfer points are high-risk zones. Always keep a safe distance. Handling steel coils is extremely dangerous. A worker tries to adjust a coil manually as a crane lifts it. The wire snaps. The coil strikes him. Always use proper tools and maintain a safe distance when dealing with heavy coils.